Yo, loved YouTubers who became suddenly hated. Why? Let's get into this.
These are 6 YouTubers who went from universally loved to suddenly hated, starting with comedy YouTuber and TikToker Khaby Lame, who in October 2021 would deviate from his usual style of content to talk about racism. We are almost in 2022 and people still use racism because they have nothing to do in their life. Khaby would then insist that not being racist wasn't enough, you needed to be anti-racist. But this wasn't as well received as he probably hoped, and Khaby started losing followers. Still, he stuck to his values. You can unfollow me, I don't care about the numbers, I care about your hearts. And in response, people pulled up his old sexist videos and accused him of body shaming. As a result,
ooh, it's heavy. Yeah, bro, I don't know. It's heavy.
Khaby lost over 400,000 followers.
Damn.
From one of the most beloved to one of the most hated creators on TikTok. But then a YouTube comment drew attention to something odd. Khaby is not cancelled. All the Charlie fans are just mad because he's about to pass Charlie, so they look for any excuse to cancel him. Realizing what was actually going on, Khaby's fans started supporting him again, and the TikToker gained more than 1 million followers the next day. With that, Khaby was finally able to surpass Charli D'Amelio as the most followed person on TikTok. But while Khaby didn't deserve the hate, challenge YouTuber Airrack had it coming after a series of fake videos. On December 7th, 2023, Soggy Cereal would expose Airrack for faking his 30 Days Around the World series.
If you go to episode 3 and pause right here, you can clearly see the 12th September timestamp on his watch. I presume he started filming this challenge at the start of September, giving Eric an entire 3 months head start before even starting his 30-day series challenge on YouTube.
Initially,
Nah,
Eric
bro.
denied his accusations. As I mentioned in the videos, some of them were shot before the series so we could give ourselves a head start to edit and make the vids as good as possible. But fans weren't buying it. In episode 6, when he goes to the coffee shop and tells his audience to leave a good review there, his own review was posted in September. More evidence. And the final nail in the coffin came 2 months later when Eric doxed a private pilot.
This pilot guy has chosen to stay completely anonymous because this whole flying into the angle thing is in the gray area of what's legal.
To hide his identity, we agreed to call him.
He used the real name of the pilot as fake name of the pilot.
And while the YouTuber continued posting the same kind of videos as before, his views were no longer what they used to be. Much like Dream, whose PDF file allegations and subsequent behavior would destroy his 32 million subscriber empire. On October 4th, 2022, just 2 days after his ill-received face reveal, Dream would be accused of flirting with a 17-year-old fan. Worse, just 10 days later, another fan came out with similar allegations. Dream, you effed up. I am now getting the law involved. The pictures, messages.
Oh my god. This is actually not funny. Okay, it's not funny. I'm
Minecraft YouTuber accused of inappropriate interactions with a minor? Color me shocked. A year later, however, Dream made an hour-long video proving the allegations to be lies.
I didn't have any contact with this person. I hardly even remember who this person is at all. And the only messages I could even find with this person were friendly Twitter DMs. And even in those Twitter DMs, I mentioned that they had 18 in their bio.
And just a year later, the YouTuber found himself in another controversy after attacking Tommy Innett's fans with a slur. Tommy was quick to defend his audience, posting a video, Dream, the very next day.
You can't throw around the arse slur, mate. You just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real amazing people who I think of like family.
In response, 2 days later, Dream uploaded, I'm sorry, but not to Tommy Innett.
I posted a meme on Twitter that used the R word, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Genuinely.
Dream then accused Tommy of using child labor.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible.
Unfortunately for him, Tubbo called him out for defamation.
The wide impact of this clip that you have put on here is blatantly accusing Tom of making his merch of child labor. You don't say in your video, oh, I'm sure he didn't know about this. You don't say that this is completely directed at the company, which is, by definition, defamation.
This forced Dream to backtrack.
Tommy, no matter what, did not commit any crimes.
Shit.
Tommy's not on the stand.
Expose him,
As
bro.
expected, this only got him more hate. This argument is Tubbo pointing out Dream's mistakes and Dream saying, yes, but I didn't mean it that way. And his views fell to less than half of what they used to be. But Dream's fall from grace does not compare to reaction YouTuber Kwebbelkop, who turned his 15 million subscribers against him with just one mistake.
I used to watch Kwebbelkop, bro. The GTA videos
Back
go
in August
crazy.
2023, Kwebbelkop would make a big announcement. Kwebbelkop AI is now live. We'll be posting 4 videos a week starting today and will 100% focus on improving the AI every single day. But this was met with instant backlash, and 2 months later, Kwebbelkop seemed to recognize where he had gone wrong.
I made a mistake. I thought that Kwebbelkop AI would be accepted and embraced.
But just as fans thought the old Kwebbelkop was back, the YouTuber made the worst decision possible.
Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated. The Kwebbelkop you're seeing on this
No! Yo, this guy is slick.
really me.
Safe to say, this move was not well received. This ends like an effing horror film. I'm not impressed, I'm scared. Despite this, even after 2 years, the YouTuber still hasn't learned his lesson.
So I see this question a lot. Why are you posting a bunch of AI videos? And let me tell you that it's not for the money. I've been running this project for well over a year now, and not a single dollar has been made. I just really like doing it. I just love making videos with AI. I just love the challenge of trying to make the videos good.
But the YouTuber was soon called out for his low-quality AI videos. Nevertheless, the YouTuber continued posting AI shorts, with most of the videos only getting a couple thousand views. Even worse, he's only doubled down with Kwebbelkop AI 3.0. Now, although Kwebbelkop got hate for abandoning his audience, tech YouTuber Marques Brownlee would get hate for abandoning his morals. On September 24th, 2024, Marques would launch his own wallpaper app.
You guys have always been asking me where I get my wallpapers.
Launch his what?
Marques would launch his own wallpaper app.
You guys have always been asking me where I get my wallpapers. So now we put them all in one place. It's called Panels.
This wasn't received as well as the YouTuber probably hoped. I wonder how insanely out of touch you have to be to think a $50 a year subscription for a wallpaper app is a good idea, prompting Marques to acknowledge his mistake.
That was a total misjudgment on my part. I didn't really properly explain the features or what it did, why it existed, or why it even had a premium price tier. And it had a bunch of other issues at launch to begin with that it never should have had.
But barely a month later, he ended up in another, more serious controversy when he drove 96 miles an hour in a school zone and tried to hide it. Worse, Marques deleted the driving clip altogether, seemingly trying to cover up his actions. And while he eventually admitted he was wrong and took accountability,
there was a clip in that video, since removed, of POV driving a Lamborghini and accelerating to over 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's just stupid and dangerous. Not just for the actual act, which was stupid and dangerous, but also for the potential precedent that it could set.
His response to another controversy where he promoted the scam shopping extension Honey was much less satisfactory.
Obviously, if I had known any of this, I never would have worked with Honey, and neither would the creators who did, but clearly nobody knew about this going on. The lesson learned here definitely is for myself and basically every other creator who got with working with Honey is to be even more skeptical about the products and companies.
Was Honey even real, bro? I actually don't even know. Was Honey even real at this point, bro? Comments if you ever used Honey, let me know how it goes.
In front of our audience.
He didn't even actually apologize. That's crazy. Nevertheless, Marques has continued posting normally. Unlike Minecraft YouTuber Wilbur Scott, whose serious accusations left him no choice but to disappear forever. On February 24th, 2024, Wilbur would be accused of abuse by his ex-girlfriend, Shelby Grace.
He had this habit of biting. In the last couple of months of the relationship, that every time he bit me, it was until I needed to use this safe word. It had become his benchmark for when to stop. Only once I was definitely hurt.
And Wilbur only became worse.
Sometimes he would bite me and I would yell out the safe word because it hurt so bad, and he'd clamp down even harder.
The video was enough to turn Wilbur's fans against him. This man got me through self-unaliving times and times of abuse and all the venting of other people. I can't believe I found comfort in a monster. And though the YouTuber released an apology just 3 days later, this wasn't as well received as Wilbur had hoped. Worse, Shelby was right about not being the only ex Wilbur had abused, as another woman also came out about her abusive experience with him. And this was the final nail needed to permanently destroy Wilbur's career. The YouTuber lost more than 500,000 subscribers and disappeared from the internet, no longer streaming or posting to his channel.
Damn, bro. This is a good one, bro. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.